Ah, welcome, welcome. Welcome, my dear brothers and sisters. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Yes, I'm very happy. Let me fix that. Let me, is it fixed? Let me fix that. Yeah, I'm very happy to host you this morning. It is 31st of May, and welcome to both my channels. That is, um, welcome to Chariots of Fire, and welcome to World of Our Own. And I'm very happy to be here this wonderful Sunday. You know, Arsenal. I told you guys. I told you guys, guys. And I know Arsenal fans are very angry right now. I know you're angry. I know you're angry, but we just met good players. That's it. And you met, world-class players. And for the first time, you were challenged. And, but you tried. I will not say you didn't try, but the problem with Arsenal fans, they, 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 they think every place is England. It's not England. That is not England. That is France. That team came from France, Le Bleu. And I'm very happy, because I know Arsenal fans are very angry. They're looking at me like, but don't worry, don't worry. We'll continue with the read. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching from. It is 5:12 Kenyan time, and I'm just about to go to church. And I'm very happy this morning, courtesy of Arsenal. Arsenal fans, I told you guys, you've made me happy. I told you, Arsenal. You met the boys. Uh-huh. You met. Uh-huh. Arsenal fans, I told you. Uh-huh. Your happiness. It's very good that you over celebrated. Because I knew it. Your celebration was that's why Arsenal fans were over celebrating this week. They were everywhere in Nairobi, over celebrating. And you know why? I was asking myself, why is it that Arsenal fans are over celebrating? Because they knew Kichinjio Nisato, yes. And I was very happy. I witnessed such a beautiful game. I really enjoyed it. Arsenal fans, don't worry. I know you guys are angry with me, but don't worry. That is football. But let's be honest. You guys thought you would win, like for real. You guys thought you would win, Arsenal fans. What are you smoking nowadays? You thought you would win? Like for real? Arsenal fans, I'm talking to you, Arsenal fans. Are you smoking marijuana? You thought you would win? Like for real? For real? You thought you would win? No. You guys, Arsenal fans, I told you guys, this was your year, but I think I'm very happy. Yesterday I saw Arsenal fans going home with their heads bowed as if they are making a prayer. It was such a wonderful time. And congratulations again to PSG. And also, I'm very confident this year France is going to win the World Cup. All right, I'm making a proclamation this morning that France, we're going to win the World Cup. Take it to the bank, all right? If you want to bet Football, I know England will meet France and then we'll slaughter you again. But that is, you are our daily customers. I don't know what's wrong with you. But I know for real that, we're going to meet England again. And I know Arsenal fans will support England. We're going to break your heart again, you know. It's such a wonderful time. It's such a wonderful time. I'm so happy, you know. So I am very sure. So you guys, I've already told you guys, I warned you, and I warned you. I warned you. Mm. I told you guys, amujakula mukombelo. I warned you. I warned you. I told you guys. You guys amjakula nduma. Bado. Bado. Amjakula mukombelo. Bado. Mna Declan Rice. Mnatuletea Declan Rice. Amjakula bado. Unakuja hapo mnatuletea. And then mkule kwanza. What Arsenal fans, go and eat fast. Don't bring your malnutrition to us. Go and eat fast. So that when you come umekula vizuri. But you guys, they're just weaklings. You can even tell. You could tell that even I knew that was a mistake when you guys scored. When you guys scored, I knew it was a mistake. You took advantage of us because it was the first few minutes mlikuwa mmepanga kututisha. Kweli you guys mko na guts. Harvard. What did you plan? You wanted to win. At Harvard. Guys, in fact, I was very happy. In fact, I was watching the game and I was like, you guys scored in the watch minute? The first 10 minutes, you guys had scored. Now, where I was watching the game, Arsenal fans were lecturing us. We were just there listening to the lecture. Hey, lecturing. They were lecturing. Arsenal. They were lecturing us. Oh, but Mungu ni nani? Ai. Arsenal fans, let me tell you your problem. The first few minutes you lecture people, and then when you lose, you start telling people, kuwa machua, nini, kuwa machua. Hapana, if you guys have, you see now what happened in this school called St. Joseph's Seminary in Molo. Arsenal fans, mmechoma dormitory bure. Arsenal fans, what's wrong with you? Arsenal fans. Today you made my day. I'm very happy that you gave us the victory, and I know that you're angry, but don't worry. And in fact, today I'm not telling you to subscribe because you will not. Most of you Arsenal fans, and you're still angry. Yeah. Anyway, kwanza kuleni kwanza, endeni mkule kwanza, mkuje kama mko na mwili, mkuje kama mko mmejaza. Go and eat fast, so that we don't start molesting you in the field. Go and eat fast. Go hit the gym, all right, so that when we meet in the World Cup, you will be good, and then mkule kwanza. Msikuje hapa mseme tunakuumiza. Arsenal fans, nasikia msikule spaghetti. Don't go and eat spaghetti. Go and eat well so that we can meet again. We can meet again. We'll meet again. And we'll meet again. I'm very happy. Anyway, any questions up to there? Welcome to both of my channels. And I'm just about to go to church. I'm so happy. I'm sure Arsenal fans would, of course, even in my church, there's so many Arsenal fans. I was even asking myself, God, how will I go to church with these Arsenal fans? But Mungu ni nani? Mungu ni nani? You know, Arsenal fans, these guys were lecturing us. Yeah. But, you know, sometimes things change. Hallelujah. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Any comments? I'll be here, you know. I will talk. You can ask me your questions. Mm-hmm. Any questions? Do you want us to continue reading? I hear that Declan Rice wants to come to PSG. Any questions up to there? But you see, the problem with Arsenal fans, I'm sure even in England, they are very violent. That's the problem with Arsenal fans. And I'm sure there's so many people who got injured today for supporting PSG. Any questions up to that? Feel free to ask me your questions. I'm just about to go to church. It is Sunday, the last day of May. And, you know, I really wanted us to finish reading the scripture by the end of May. But for one reason or another, we couldn't finish reading. But we'll continue to read. All right. And I'm sure that we'll finish reading by with the remainder of the time, we'll finish reading by the end of any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? And if you're new to this channel, feel free to be part and parcel of our streams. Are you guys happy? Good morning, guys. Welcome to the streams. And yeah, tell me where you're watching me from. But I think, you know, in football, you can even tell, you know, sometimes don't be surprised. You can tell, you know, sometimes a team faces difficult opponents. Like, for example, PSG faced Bayern Munich. They edged out Bayern Munich. You can imagine, Bayern, you defeated Bayern Munich physically. You know, also, you look at the physical aspect, you know, of the players. You know, sometimes you have to look at so many factors, not just the game, you know, because sometimes you know, stamina can determine the pace of the game. You know, you can look at the players, like for example France. If you just do your research, France are more they're very, very physical. All right, French players are very strong. So when you look at you know, the physical aspect of football or of any other play or any other game, also the physical part plays a big role All right. But for example, that's why you hear me saying, for example, if England face France in the World Cup, I would put my money with France. Do you know why? It's not because they're best, they're good, they're better. No, because of the physical attributes of the players. Because definitely, these English players will pick an injury here and there. It will be a very physical game. Because when you meet, that's why I'm telling you I will be putting my money with France. Why? Why am I betting on France? We have the two world best players. They are in France. Let's be honest. Dembele is the world player of the year. Kylian Mbappe is, of course, the de facto world player of the year. It's just that they don't want to give him the world player of the year. So France has two world player of the years. Two. Look at the midfield. There is Chouameni. There is Upamecano. How will you cross? How will you take the ball past Upamecano? How? Even even if you bring this man, any player, any England player, bring them on. They cannot cross the ball. They cannot pass Upamecano. Think about it. We have N'Golo Kante, machine in the midfield. N'Golo Kante. How will you pass N'Golo Kante? Think about it. How will you pass N'Golo Kante? How will you pass Upamecano? We have that's a machine. You cannot pass. The ball will not move. So if you ask me today, Raymond, where are you putting your money in the World Cup? I'll say France, because currently we have the best players in the world. We have Mbappe, we have Dembele, we have Desire Doué. You saw Desire Doué? Yes. We have Michael Olise, and Michael Olise is worth more than 80 million. The striking force alone of France right now is the most expensive in the world. Look, Mbappe is worth 200 million. Dembele is worth 100 million. Michael Olise, 100 million. Who else? Name them. Let me tell you for free. Even this guy, N'Golo Muani never got a chance even to play for France. That's how good we are. That is how good we are. Even this man called N'Golo Muani of Tottenham, was not picked. How will you win? How? I was even thinking, how will you win? How will you get the ball past Upamecano? How? I would want to see. And if you want to go and see how good Upamecano is, go and see how Dembele himself cannot pass the ball past Upamecano. And that is the truth. Those are the facts. Dembele cannot take the ball past Upamecano. In fact, Mbappe cannot even pass when they're training. Upamecano is always frustrating them. And that is the quality of France. So I'll tell you for free, even before the World Cup starts, I'm putting my money on France to win the World Cup. Now, if you ask me, if you look at you see, it's all about physique. Doesn't matter who scores the first. It's about the physique. If we go for extra, who will be the one to fall? Will be the one to fall. Even go and check that game of Argentina. It was N'Golo Muani who did not score in the last minute of that game until he was not picked. He was not picked, even in this World Cup. N'Golo Muani is not going for the World Cup. There's no space for him. That is how France are. So when I know for real that these guys, Arsenal fans again, I've just warned you again. This is the second warning. I know you will support England in the World Cup. I know how they think. That is the sad part. That is the sad part of Arsenal fans. They are very predictable. That is why beating you is fun. Beating you is fun because you are predictable, very predictable. Any questions up to there? Because I know you guys were you thought Declan Rice would perform a miracle. Declan Rice could not move. Oh, Declan Rice he had a nightmare. Any questions up to there? Feel free. That's why I'm telling you guys. Sometimes don't, sometimes I know Arsenal fans, the problem with Arsenal fans, they are very emotional. That is the problem. Welcome to this channel, and feel free to subscribe. They are very emotional. Mostly they are women. Ni team ya wamama. Arsenal inakuanga team ya wamama. And they just, and I was even here, some of these guys were saying, you bribed your way to win the Premier League. You gave referees ile game ya Watford, si mlikuwa mmeongana? Ile game ya Watford, si ndio ilikuwa iwa screw, but you guys you are given mmesukumwa, kusukumwa. There's a place where things zinakwama. Kuna mahali vitu zinakwama, ama tunakwamisha game. Hakuna kusukumwa hapa. Umezoea kusukumwa. Napatana na wale wasee. I'm so happy. I saw the way they were. Pale nilikuwa nimekaa, Arsenal fans, they are very emotional. Yaani kitu kidogo hata karibu mtu aanze kukupiga. Any questions up to there? Feel free. I'm very happy, but mimi nimeshaona mimi huwezi fanya hiyo, hata ndabonga mbaya na bado hutadua ene. Mimi nimeshaona ndabonga mbaya na niishie. You cannot. Ni mwende mkule bwana, mwache kutuletea hiyo ni tuaje. Arsenal fans. Anyway, I'm very happy this morning because I knew it. I knew, even when I remember when you guys scored for the first half. Sikuwa na wasiwasi. I knew eventually you guys will crack. I knew it. I knew majamaa, mkiwasukuma tu hivi tu, mkiwasukuma vizuri, wana crack. Hawana hiyo nguvu. And eventually what I said came true. Nilijua tu. Tukipelekana sasa, tupelekane sasa, mtaratara vizuri. Mnachoka vizuri, mnachoka. Na hapo sasa ndio tunawatandika vizuri. Yes. Mkichoka sasa sisi tuna pick. Mkichoka sasa msema tumechoka. Unajua, you see, and that was I realized that was your strategy. You wanted to score in the first 10 minutes and then you defend. But remember, attack is the best what? Defense. Sijali, mtatuletea ujinga tena tuwapanish. Any questions up to there? Want to go to church? Najua master wa Arsenal sasa mme lose hope. Najua mmeboeka. Mmeboeka na life. Wase wa Arsenal mmeboeka na life. I knew it. You guys, when things are thick, that is why I would not even support England, because I know I've watched England play, and I remember in 2006 that game of Portugal and England, where Rooney, it was Rooney, I think it was Rooney. That is when Rooney, started. That was when the problems of Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo, that's where they started. And they are both players of Manchester. That time, they were both players of Manchester United. I realized that, when these guys are pushed to the corner, like they're pushed, they react, and they react. They don't know how to arrange themselves. They will just throw everything and and lose eventually. Yeah. But I'm happy. But also on the other hand, tuseme Arsenal wangeshinda. Saa hii naona saa hii hakuna kelele, Wakenya wange party usiku mzima. Unaona watu wanasikia vibaya ni watu wanauza pombe. Unajua sasa pale tulikuwa tukiangalia game, while we were watching the game, immediately the game was over. Arsenal fans, because they didn't want even to discuss the game, they left very quickly. But if things were the other way around, Arsenal fans wangekaa wakunywa usiku yote, wangeenjoy, watu wangenunuliwa pombe, pesa ingetembea. So the guys who are feeling the pinch are not even Arsenal fans. Actually, let me tell you the truth, wale wanasikia vibaya ni watu wanauza pombe. Because Arsenal fans, I came to realize you guys are very Arsenal fans. Let me tell you, I know Arsenal fans. A lot of my friends are Arsenal fans. Let me tell you about Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans, they are very proud. They are very proud people. That's why defeating them is very easy. In fact, if you are a politician and you are a Arsenal fan, kukushinda ni rahisi sana. Unajua ni kwa nini? Because you have an inflated ego. So kukutandika inakuwa rahisi sana because you overlook things. Watu wa Arsenal wanakuanga na, yani wanajisikia sana. So kuwatandika yani inakuanga, if you know how your formula kuwatandika. Wazo ukisikia mtu hawa Arsenal hawa, because you number one unakuja kama ni kujipuliza ama umejifuriza, which is which, and you have an overinflated ego, unakuja unatandikwa, unaenda. So Arsenal fans, let me tell you, they have this sense of entitlement. They are the only persons who are next season ni yetu. Hakuna mtu anasemanga next season ni Arsenal fans peke yake. Arsenal fans peke yake na wanasema next season ni yetu. Hata sasa najua mnasema next time ni yetu. Mnanga, yani you guys have a sense of entitlement. Hata huwezi sema kama Mungu akipenda. Next season ni yetu. Mkuja na hiyo attitude, tutawatoa makamasi. Kujeni na hiyo attitude. We love people like you. Come with that attitude and we will be very happy to meet you. We like people like you, Kujeni na hiyo attitude. Your attitude iko hiyo ni tuanga inverted logic. Kujeni nayo. Kujeni nayo. Na World Cup wase wa Arsenal, najua, I know they'll only pick Arsenal fans, the England squad, majority Arsenal fans. Mtakuja tu na hiyo ujinga yenu. Hiyo perfect. Hiyo ujinga mnakuanga nayo. Mtakuja nayo. Tunajua tu mtakaa, dawa yenu iko, hiyo ujinga mnakuanga nayo, tutawatandika na hiyo ujinga. Kuna ka ujinga wanakuanga nayo, yani kuna ka ujinga wanakuanga nayo. So kuwatandika inakuanga yani is a specialization. So even when you meet as a politician who's a national fan, you just laugh because unaona huyu tutatandika round one huyu. Jozo na fans wanakuanga na kaufala fulani. Sitawaambia ni gani, lakini hiyo nimestudy, wanakuanga na kaufala fulani. So kuwatandika ni rahisi sana kama unajua. If you know, you know. If you don't know, forget about it. So I'm sure hata sasa hivi I'm sure Sonko amelala. Si ni mtu wa Arsenal? Mike Sonko najua ni mtu wa Arsenal. So unaona. But you see, French players are usually very humble. Lakini wase wamekula nduma, utakuvunja. Hatukujangi na hiyo, si tunakujanga hapa tukijua we can lose. Yes. We don't come with that. You guys say you have a winning mentality. Si tuko hapa. Si tuko hapa. Nyinyi ati we have a winning mentality. Tutaona. Any questions up to there? You see, let me tell you, there are two types of people. There's one person who he's on the ground knowing that he can lose. Look at, I want you to study those two people. There's one person who is afraid to lose, and there's another one who's confident that they will win. Are they the same? Are they the same? Now that is the problem with Arsenal fans. They're confident that they're going to win. But as we knew, we are going to lose if we tukicheza tutapoteza. Sasa unajua ukikaa na watu kama hao, it's very difficult because hao majamaa wakoangi na hiyo hawakupatiani nafasi, lakini wase wa Arsenali, I'm very happy because walikuwa wananipiga lecture hii wiki yote, pigwa lecture sana. Any questions? And I'm very happy. I want to go. I can see I'm waiting for something. It's 5:40. Yeah? Unaona sasa, let me tell you, if Arsenal fans wangeshinda, if it was a win, wangekaa sasa, hata sasa wangekuwa wanakunywa. That is how they are. Sasa hata wangekuwa kabao wanakunywa, wakunywa, wanunue pombe, wananunuliwa strangers pombe. Arsenal fans, Arsenal fans wangekuwa sahi hapa kelele huku kote ingekuwa, lakini kwa bahati nzuri kuna peace juu hatuku allow new ase muende nayo. And look at the way they are behaving. You know, PSG, they have won this thing 2 times in a row. Now I'm relax too. I'm relax. Meshinda tumerelax. Ici c'est Paris, ici c'est Paris. Lakini Arsenal fans, malheureusement. Anyway, aujourd'hui je suis très heureuse parce que nous sommes les champions. Nous sommes les champions d'Europe, et aujourd'hui je suis sûr que tutashinda World Cup. I know the World Cup. In fact, I'm thinking about the World Cup, and I know we're going to win the World Cup. I can tell you for free because I've done my research, I've done my homework, and I know for free. I know, and I'll tell you for free, that right now, the best people who are going to really, it's just France. Any questions? You can ask me your questions before I leave. I'll be here for 1 hour. And you can ask me your questions before I leave. Of course, I came to town to you guys. Nimekuja kuwa town. Juu mnakuanga I've just come to town to you guys. Huyu jamaa amekuja hapa kutuchongoa. Nimekam kuwachongoa. Because let me tell you something. And let me tell you the saddest part. Arsenal fans, and I want to tell you for free. Do you know why they are crying right now? Because this was your time. This was your season. Nani hivyo? Macho imeenda. You see, let me tell you, there is no other time you guys will be this lucky. This was your time. Arsenal fans, this was your year. Hii ilikuwa mwaka yenu. Hii hata mimi, let me tell you for free. After the 90th minute, you know what I said? I said, okay, if Arsenal wins, it's okay. I was like, okay. Sasa tukienda penalties, I was like, okay, it's okay. Whoever wins, I'm not really, I will not watch the penalties while stressed. Hata nilikuwa nimesema, acha nitoe akili hapo. Hata pengine Arsenal wabebe. For once wabebe. Nilikuwa nishakubali. Sasa mechi kaenda. I want to tell you for free, you guys will regret. This was your year to win. This was your year to take everything. This was your year to win. You have won the Premier League. It was your time to win the Premier League and the Champions League. but uh, unfortunately, you didn't. So sometimes, and even if you ask why there's a lot of sadness in Arsenal camp, if you just do your research, is because they know that this was their. See, you see, one of the saddest things that happens is when you don't understand it's your season. You know, this was the season of Arsenal. You know, at least mngesema tumechukua zote mbili, because remember when Liverpool took, Liverpool used to take the Premier League. Hmm? Liverpool. If you just do your research, if you look at the 2019 season, let me check. This was your time. This was your time, because when Liverpool took the Champions League, Liverpool missed the title with 1 point. So it actually took a long time. Let's go and check Chelsea. Let's check Chelsea when they won the UEFA. I remember that penalty of Didier Drogba. Let me tell you when UEFA Champions League win. I remember that it was Drogba who 2012 on penalties against Bayern Munich. I remember that penalty of Didier Drogba. That was in 2012, right? So that was, let me see, 2012 Premier League table. Let's check, and I'll tell you what happened back then. You see, in 2012, Man City also won, and Chelsea was number what? Number 6. Chelsea was number 6 in 2012. Chelsea was number 6. All right, let's go. So nobody ever won the Premier League and the UEFA champions. So this was your time. Let's go and check Manchester United when they won in 2008. Right? Let's go and check if they won they won both titles. United UEFA Champions League titles. They only did that in 1999. I remember, It was in 2008 when Manchester United, I remember that one. So let's look at 2008. 2008 Premier League table. When you look at 2008, it was Manchester United won in 2008. That is, they won the Premier League, and then they came to win the UEFA Champions League. So such a feat happens in like 10 years. That will never happen again. That will only happen like after 10 years, because you cannot be on top of all the time. So this was your season, and this was your time to take both, to take both Premier League and the Champions League. This was your time. This was your time, because everything, the world had conspired to give you both, but you missed your season. Right. So that is why they're crying, mostly these guys they're crying because they know that will never happen. They're crying, but it's okay. Any questions up to there? I'm just about to leave. I've taunted you guys enough. I think I've taunted you guys enough, right? I've taunted you enough, but don't worry. I'll just be here for a few minutes because I'm going to church. Any questions? Any questions? All right. Any questions up to there? All right, let's meet later. We'll continue this conversation. Or do you want me to stay for 1 hour? No, let's just continue. So I said that this was your time to win, and sometimes you have to be very conscious not to lose when it's your season. All right, don't, because sometimes you can miss this season and you will not get another one anytime soon. That is the problem. All right, that is why they're angry. That's why they're angry. These guys, Arsenal fans, they're angry. That's why they're angry. That's why they are crying. In fact, Arsenal fans are really crying because they know this this will not happen again. This was their time. Right? This was their time. Any questions up to that? That is why what you have to be very, very conscious, because sometimes I don't think things will. Sometimes next season will not be a good one. Don't say it will be perfect. No, 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 no. Most cases it won't. Most cases it won't. That's why most likely after this, I'm sure Declan Rice will leave. Let me tell you why. Because he knows he will not get another chance again. He has to leave so that he can go to another team. That is why right now Arsenal fans are really crying, because they know the players will now start leaving. Arsenal fans. All right. I really appreciated your time. Arrivederci.